So we did a sleep training thing. It's called the 100-mile walk.
The 100, yeah.
And basically every time the kid comes out of the door, you walk them back into their room. So Brian and I did this for like 7 days.
Yeah.
Guess how many times? We literally had a tally. We stood over here at this island.
One night when we were putting him to bed.
Yep. And we would like tally each time we would walk him back in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Growing with the Nhiras Podcast. My name is Brian.
And I'm Sonia.
And we are the Nhiras. We are so glad that you've joined us today on the podcast. Hey, listen, we are simply on a journey to learn and grow in the areas of faith, purpose, and relationship. And today we have a hot take.
Yes, so our hot take today is sleep training.
Ooh.
See,
do you realize that delayed response?
There was a delay.
That delayed response
was a
result of lack of sleep.
Because I have not slept in a very long time.
So that gives you a inside look into how sleep training is going.
Yeah, so for here's the picture of our experience.
Just tell them about our nights.
Zayden, his first year of life, he didn't sleep longer than 5 hours until he was 6 months old.
Yes.
So that means that Mama Nira did not have longer than 5 hours of sleep in 6 months.
Yeah.
I was like a walking zombie.
Yeah.
I did not operate well. And so we had to, we didn't know about sleep training. We didn't know, there was actually a few things that had caused Zayden not sleeping longer stretches that we had to deal with medically. But we started sleep training because we were just at our breaking point.
Yeah, I remember one day I was in Oklahoma and I got a distress text. Every now and then I get what I call distress text.
It's called SOS.
SOS text. Where my wife is on the brink of, I don't want to call it a breakdown, but a breakdown.
No, if I send that text, the breakdown has already happened.
The breakdown, yeah, that's true. And so I remember, so I was in the green room at a church, and I remember like it was yesterday. I got a text from someone, she was like, I did not sleep last night, and I can't do this anymore, or something like that. And my heart was breaking. I was like, oh, no, Lord, what do we do?
Yeah, because Brian traveled almost every weekend, or at least 2 weekends a month.
2 weekends.
At least 2 weekends a month. If you had a B&M thing, it was at least 3 weekends a month.
Yes.
And so my family's not close, so I would just be alone by myself to figure it out.
It was really hard. It was really, really hard. And so I remember I was in the green room, and I was talking with a lady. Her name was Leslie, and Leslie just began to randomly talk to me about how she took her son through a sleep training program. She was like, I would love to give it to you. I was like, please. And so we literally started that sleep training program, and it worked like magic. It was amazing.
Yep.
Zay started sleeping through the night. I remember Zay was sleeping until 7 a.m. in the morning. No breaks in the night. Whew, I mean, that literally, I literally, my heart literally...
your brain starts to function a lot better when you...
What I would do to go back to those days. But we are currently... So then Sonia got pregnant. We got pregnant in August.
I got pregnant.
She got pregnant.
We were preparing to have a baby.
And then... You want to take it from there?
Yeah, and so, in kids' development, there's natural sleep regressions, and Zayden had hit his sleep regression, and he hit it pretty hard. And so he was waking up consistently... at 4 or 5 in the morning. And then there were some nights when he was just awake, 2 o'clock in the morning, and just
and he would just be
ready
awake.
to play. He thinks it's time to eat breakfast, everything.
Yeah, it was hard.
And so, and I'm pregnant. I'm very pregnant.
Yeah.
And, I think I don't operate well with no sleep. You know who doesn't operate well with no sleep? This guy.
Yeah, I turn into a
and I'll be go back to bed, honey. I'll take care of it. And so we started, because he was a toddler at this point, and he could get out of his, the crib. Praise God for cribs, because there was
climb
bars,
out of his crib.
We had to move him out of his crib, and so he was walking out of his room like multiple times a night. And so we did a sleep training thing. It's called the 100-mile walk.
The 100, yeah.
And basically every time the kid comes out of the door, you walk them back into their room. So Brian and I did this for like 7 days.
Yeah.
Guess how many times? We literally had a tally. We stood over here at this island.
One night when we were putting him to bed.
Yep. And we would like tally each time we would walk him back in. Guess how many times we walked him back in one night?
Yeah, there was like 139.
It was 139 times. We have the strongest willed child.
So
he's a leader,
that
man.
method didn't work. That method did not work.
Maybe the people at work who suggested it were like suckers.
Thank you all so much for joining us here on the Growing with the Nhiras podcast. Hey, we always want to remind you that the reason why we're here is because we are on a journey to learn and grow with you in the areas of faith, purpose, and relationships. So thank you. If you like this podcast and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and comment on this video. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any other listening platform, make sure that you give us a rate, that you rate us, you comment, so that more people can get access to this podcast. We love you all so much, and we will see you next week on the Growing with the Nhiras podcast.